Amazing, phenomenal, outstanding. What any superlative I can think of. I'm doing all of those things.
Yeah, can you do us a favour though, Aaron? Can you change that
What's
bed
that?
sheet because it's red?
I
What are you
sometimes have it
doing?
on the inside. No, because I sleep on this side because I don't want to touch the red.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good swerve there,
Well,
Arian.
I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to do a massive shock for you here, Arian. But there are some bed covers that are not red at all. So
Yeah.
I'll have to look. I'll have to look on the market.
What are your main takeaways from that game? You know, I don't know, what are we, like 45 minutes after the end? Like, what are you going to spend the next kind of few days thinking about in that absolute domination?
The same thing I've been thinking about all season, that we've been playing this way all season long, and it's finally cashing out. Over a longer period of time, when you increase the sample size, statistics always win. We've been playing this well all season. That's the thing I've been trying to tell everybody. And eventually, you just give it enough time, the results will come. They absolutely will come. I was confident. I wasn't on this show. I was on a different show. Danalist is the name of the channel if you guys want to go check it out. And I said 3-0 Spurs. 3-0. And guess what happened? 3-0 Spurs, because this is how we've been playing, and I've come to expect it. I'm not surprised. I'm not blown away by this performance. This is what I've come to expect from Ange Ball, because this is the level that Ange has in this squad already. And finally the results are coming because the squad's getting fitter. Everything is clicking into place. Solanke didn't have a preseason. He's clicking in, and it's all coming together piece by piece. So I'm not surprised. I'm not thinking about anything novel. This is exactly what we are, and this is the Tottenham everyone should be getting used to. Big game, small game, all these players, we are cooking.
Aaron, you mentioned Solanke in there. How important is it that he's, in my eyes, brought this kind of new ability for us to hold the ball up, his back to goal play, and keeping the pressure up in that final third?
I mean, look, some of the things he does, like last season, it's just the thing we were missing. He is everything that we didn't have. Absolutely all of it. The hold-up play, the presence in the box, the aerial presence, the positioning, the fox in the box that he has, all of it. Everything that we didn't have, he is. I mean, the pressing off the ball. This guy could be a triathlon athlete. Like, it's incredible how much he's got in him. He's relentless, absolutely relentless, and just everything he brings off the ball and on the ball. I mean, when he gets the ball back to goal, like there's no player back to goal to create a move better than him. Every time we just have that outlet, no matter what it is. That having that out ball as a team, like, you know, it's why we're so good at recycling the ball this season. I think with his presence, we literally can't. Every time the ball goes out of the box, whatever, when he's in that box, he has like this little gravitational pull and just creates these little micro pockets. That's why we're able to get so many shots off as well this season. Like what he's done for us this season is it cannot be overstated how important he has been and how phenomenal he has been.
Yeah, look, Arian, Ten Hag came out and, I don't know, for me it was a load of waffle. Chris Sutton has just said exactly the same thing. He said Ten Hag has verbal diarrhea. I don't know what game he was watching. The lap at the end is a lap for losers. And he also went on to say that Karabag gave Spurs a better game than Manchester United today.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, actually. That is
I
just
mean,
true.
yeah, it is. That's the funny thing.
I also read here that Erik ten Hag was asked about Mickey van der Ven, and he said, or at least he gave a quote on Mickey van der Ven. He said, "It's not possible a player, a centre-back, can dribble through the whole team and put a cross in."
Well, we saw it was possible. So
I've got to say, I think things like that are actually put a huge question mark against Man United's recruitment, because, you know, you've got a Dutch manager there for a couple of years, and there's a Dutch player who clearly is. You know, let's not forget, it was only 18 months ago or a bit less that lots of Spurs fans were saying that we've gone for the cheap option in Mickey van der Ven. We've got £200 million centre backs there, haven't we?
Oh, absolutely. And look, I was probably one of the earliest people to say Ten Hag is awful. I think like when his stock was the highest, he just finished top 4 in his first season and got that Carabao Cup. People were all, you know, waxing lyrical. I was one of the first to say this guy is not, and I promise you over the next seasons everyone's going to find out. And I've been proving right, like I always am. And you know, he's just terrible. His recruitment's terrible. His tactics are terrible. And I think today Ange has never lost to Ten Hag, and I said he's not going to start doing it today. And boy, was I right. No, not to toot my own horn too much here, but like especially this game, I just feel so happy that everything that I had in mind for this season just came to fruition, and it's just satisfying.
Yeah, you can toot your own horn if you want, mate, Aaron. It's fine. You predicted it to be 3-0. You predicted that we're going to click. Is this the big click that, you know, I've been reading about and hearing about from, like, I mentioned it earlier in the show, but there's a guy called Vince who wrote a book called Ange Ball. He's been on all the podcasts, and he talked about how he's just so incredibly sure, based on Ange's career at every other club, that the click will come the moment where the players and their ability matches their understanding of the style and the system, and suddenly they'll just start banging in goals for fun against all comers. Is that today the starting point?
Look, I'm not the expert on Angelo that he is, so I would hope so. So I wouldn't be as qualified to tell you as he is, but I really think that big click, maybe if it's not already actually behind us, I'm not even sure if it's something that is novel. As I said, we've been playing so well this entire season. The way the players seem to all have an understanding of what they have to do. Sometimes just things go wrong, right? I don't think anything that has gone against us this season has been a product of misunderstandings or poor tactics. I think it's just been individual errors, poor, just even good opposition play. Stuff like that can happen at any time. But the vast majority of the games, we're going to be winners and we're going to be dominant. And today was one of those games. And I think, again, as long as everybody can stay fit, all those things, fingers crossed. And even we had some key players missing today, namely Heung-min Son. And we still go out there and we absolutely tear them apart. I mean, when Timo Werner, right, can even be on the left wing. And I know people are going to have his criticisms of him, but I think you look at his game broadly, even Timo Werner had a very good game today besides his 1v1s. Right.
I agree.
Because despite the chance that he ended up missing, he created himself with his pace. So it's not like it was a massive detriment to the team. He also created a lot of space. Again, I don't want to really look on Timo Werner too much of all the things today. But even when he's going in, having a performance that's largely beneficial to the team, a player like Timo Werner, I mean, what else? What is there not to get excited about when you have players like Solanke, Madison, Kulusevski, Son, Brennan, Romero, Van de Ven, Udoka? When we have players of these quality and we have a player like Werner performing, there's nothing not to get excited about in a project like this.
Yeah, just quickly, sorry to go in, but you mentioned fitness. Ange was asked about Destiny Udoka's injury. He said, yeah, he was okay. He felt something in his quad, but obviously he finished the half. But we just thought at half time, no point. We've got to be careful about how much we push our players. So that sounds to me like he made the right decision.
Absolutely. And also Spence came on, did a very good job like he's been doing. Kind of a shame we can't see him in the Europa League, but it is what it is. I think Ange's in-game management also this season has been phenomenal. Speaking of which, that goal that they ended up scoring to make it 30 seconds, 2 subs combined to assist Solanke. I mean, just the in-game management this season also, I think, has been really brilliant.
Yeah, amazing. All right, ARIAN, thanks so much for calling in, mate. Really appreciate it, and we'll speak to you again after the next one.
All right, and as always, come on, you Spurs!